Welcome to the weird world of the Ferrari SF90 XX Spider. And it's not the petrol, electric, turbo mayhem going on behind me, or the woeful Ferrari touch-sensitive buttons that I'm struggling with most. It's just I don't get this car. £750,000 for a lightweight, hardcore track day special with a hole cut in the top. I mean, why? Non capisco.
All right, let's break down exactly what we're dealing with here. The 5-year-old SF90 Stradale is basically Ferrari's junior hypercar. It's not a limited edition LaFerrari replacement, but it's every bit as fast as the old V12 hypercar. The SF90 combines a twin-turbo V8 with 3 electric motors for 986 brake horsepower and costs £380,000.
So the XX is named after Ferrari's, too hot to race XX program. So this is meant to be the hardcore one. So more hardcore than the standard SF90 with the Assetto Fiorano hardcore track pack, which has carbon wheels and fixed rate multimatic dampers that this doesn't have. So this is less hardcore than the cheaper, more hardcore version of the less hardcore one. It doesn't make sense.
Think double the downforce and double the cost. Ferrari is building 799 XX coupes for 675 grand a pop, and okay, every electronic system has been rewired for better lap times, but in terms of raw numbers, it only gains 30 more horsepower and loses 10 kilos in weight. And neither you or I are allowed in without 733,000 quid before special paint or liveries or extra carbon fibre. That's 60 grand more than the SF90 XX with a roof. It's £315,000 more than a regular SF90 Spider. Which means, once it's sold the 599 examples the factory says it will make, this confusing car will make Ferrari an absolute fortune.
But does Ferrari need an emergency break glass cash cow? I mean, they've just started building replica Le Mans cars for their most faithful collectors. The Purosangue, that was a risk, and that's sold out for 2 years. I don't know, just with this, it feels to me like they are prancing up the wrong tree. I'll tell you what, I'll pull over quickly and I'll sort of show you some of the stuff I'm on about. Right, so first off, as you can see, this thing is enormous, and because it's so big, it's heavy. Ferrari claims a meaningless dry weight of 1,660 kilos. So sat here ready to roll, and especially once you get a driver on board, it's going to be 1.8 tons, which is a lot for a hardcore track car. Now, hardcore track cars always have super serious aero, and this is, I mean, it's so fussy, it's covered in it, isn't it? But is it just me that thinks that convertibles with big wings just look wrong? There's something weird about honing all the air here and not caring at all about it here. And I do think the aerodynamicists for the XX Spider did give up and go home early, because look in the middle. You see how it's got like 2 fins? There's one fin for the radio antenna and stuff, and then a second fin that's just for the reversing camera. Okay, so it's not an ultimate downforce monster, and if you did take it on track, then you might think, oh, I wish I had the coupe, it'd be a bit lighter and a bit stiffer. So then this has to be the ultimate weekend away car, isn't it? Take your nearest and dearest away in the passenger seat, head out here to the hills, just pop your luggage in the front. No, forget about it. They've taken the tiny thimble of a boot you got in the standard SF90 and filled it with cooling nostrils, and of course there's the e-motor under a window, so you can't put anything in it. Now, to be fair to the e-motors, this is at least a clever car. It can do 15, maybe 20 miles of all-electric range, and very handy. Except, is anyone who's buying an ultimate hardcore special limited edition Ferrari, especially a drop top one, Are they the sort of people who worry about saving a bit of fuel? Are they the sort of people who want to go around subtly, not making any noise? No.
So the question you keep coming back to is, what's this car for? On the road, a 296 GTS will pop the roof down, put the wind in your hair and a massive smile on your face. On a track, the XX will, it'll blow your mind, but so will a standard SF90. And as an object, this XX Spider lacks elegance, doesn't it? It's kind of gaudy. And okay, plenty of people like gaudy, but if that's your thing, would you have one of these or a V12 Lamborghini Revuelto?
I think the Lambo makes a better noise.
And don't forget, this isn't a ticket to track day paradise. The SF90 XX twins aren't eligible for the same VIP circuit sessions as the XX versions of the Enzo, the FXX, the 599 XX and the LaFerrari XX, which was the FXX-K.
Now I'll level with you, okay? I'm not a Ferrari agnostic. If someone ever asks me, what's the best car you've ever driven? The words 458 and Speciale just kind of fall out of my mouth before I can even think about it. I once took a 1 hour detour on my commute just so I could drive the FF that I'd borrowed for the night through a tunnel. So trust me, when it comes to Ferraris, I'm a believer.
I get it. The passion, the heritage, the soul, and the way they meld all of that with bleeding edge electronics, technology, powertrains, systems. Ferraris feel like they've been beamed down from another galaxy.
I salute any systems or suspension brake aerodynamics engineer or expert who's been anywhere near this thing, because it is as mighty as it is baffling. And it's way too clever for me. In fact, the main thing that I'd pick holes in about the car itself is that it's just not stiff enough. £750,000 and you don't get a carbon tub like you do in a McLaren at a third of the money. Nah, you can feel it. You can feel it in the way that the steering wheel jiggles around in your hands, in the way you just see the mirror here just vibrating a little bit. And what you can't see is that the camera that you're looking at me from, we've had to brace it on the windscreen and on the side window. We don't normally have to do that in a supercar. And make no mistake, this is absorbing to drive. You know, my heart is racing, I am sweating. It is frenetic and hyper and unholy fast. I'm not kidding, like proper Bugatti killer fast, this thing. But the only problem is, in the whole time I've been talking to you, I haven't used full throttle once. I think I've hit the red line once. You know, I'm in Supercar Valley in Italy with the roof down, but Supercar Valley isn't big enough. Not 1,000 horsepower, but where do you use this?
So I'm not sure if it's the monotone noise, the awkward proportions, or just the notion of a drop-top XX car. But after a day in a drop-top Ultra Ferrari in the heart of sunny Italy, not once did I catch myself wanting to keep the SF90 XX Spider. Not like I'll always want one more go in a 458, or a new 296 for that matter.
Ultimately, this is a car that Ferrari built because it knew 599 people who would buy one to stay in their little black book. And I'm sure they will have their mind absolutely pulverized by it. I just can't help feeling that if their climate controlled, security patrolled, underground bunker garage was, God forbid, on fire, I don't think this is the Ferrari that they'd be jumping in to save.